Hi and welcome to English with Stuart. Today we're going to have a look at some English prepositions. English prepositions! Yeah. English is well known for having a lot of prepositions in comparison to other languages. And for Spanish speakers particularly, because the majority of my students are Spanish speakers, the three that often are the most confusing are the three prepositions in, on, and at. And the reason they're confusing for Spanish speakers is purely because there is only one preposition for this in Spanish, and it's the Spanish preposition en. So to understand the difference between in, on, and at can be challenging at times. So today we're going to have a look at exactly how to use them. And we're going to look at them in the context of place or location. Whether that be a location of an object or a location of a building or something like work or the beach. And this is how we're going to look at them today. I'm going to do a little quiz. So I'm going to give you a phrase. I'm going to use the word blank where there is a missing preposition. The missing preposition will be in, on, or at. And I want you to have a think about which preposition we're going to use here. So I'm going to do the quiz first and then we'll review the answers at the end. So the first one is, I have a friendly boss, blank, work. I have a friendly boss, blank, work. Is that in, on, or at? The next one, your phone is, blank, the sofa. Your phone is blank, the sofa. I like to sit blank, the beach, and watch the sunrise. I like to sit blank, the beach, and watch the sunrise. The next one is when I am blank, the shops in plural, I often spend too much money. When I am blank, the shops, I often spend too much money. What about I like to stay blank, home at weekends? And the last one, I like to stay blank, my house at weekends. So how do you think you've done? In, on, at. Okay, let's have a look at the answers and I'll give the explanation. So the first one, I have a friendly boss, blank, work. What preposition would we normally use there? Well, if you answered at, you would be correct. I have a friendly boss at work. Why do we use at? Well, for this reason. You see, in is more about dentro. In Espanol, it's dentro. It's inside something. It's in a building. It's specifically contained inside something else. And on, well, when we talk about on, we're talking about on something, resting on top of or on. And in Spanish, sobre or encima de. And then at, when we talk about at, we're usually referring to the location. It's a more general preposition. So we're not saying it's specifically in something. We're not saying it's on something, but it's in a location. It's around the area or the zone. So when we talk about work, we say often at work. Why? Because we're not specifically saying it's inside a building or a particular place. Imagine you're a waiter in a cafe and you have the inside part of the cafe and you have the outside part with the tables and chairs for a nice spring or summer's day. You're kind of working in and out. So a waiter would just say at work. He's talking about the location of the cafe. Then you have your phone is blank the sofa. Well, your phone is on the sofa. Typically your phone is on the sofa, resting on top of the sofa. But in the sofa is possible as well. You could say my phone is in the sofa, but that's going to be a little bit more challenging to recover, because It's going to be inside. Trying to get inside the sofa to find your phone. What about at the sofa? No, my phone is at the sofa. If I asked my friend, where's my phone? Oh, Stuart, your phone is at the sofa. My reaction would be, huh? Why can't you be a little bit more accurate? Why are you saying it's in the location of the sofa when you could say it's on the sofa? Yeah, it's resting on top of the seat or the arm of the sofa. Next one. I like to sit blank the beach and watch the sunrise. Well, we've got two possibilities here. Yeah, it could be I like to sit on, so we're talking about on the sand. Physically sitting on the sand is a possibility there. But what about at? Well, I like to sit at the beach. And when we say at the beach, we mean in the location of the beach, in the area. It could be I like to sit on the rocks at the beach. Or I could be swimming in the sea, inside the sea, at the beach. So at the beach is in the location. I'm in the car park at the beach. But in the beach? Now if you say in the beach, the immediate impression a native will get is that you're talking about in the sand, inside the sand, and probably not the best place to be. Certainly not the most comfortable place to be when you're at the beach. The next one, when I'm at the shops, I often spend too much money. Why is it at the shops? Why not in the shops? Well, the clue is in the fact that it's plural. You see, I can be in a shop in one moment of time, but I can't be in the shops at the same moment. It's impossible. Unless you take my arm and put my arm in one shop and my leg in another shop. It's physically not possible. So when we say at the shops, we're referring to, again, with the preposition at, the location of the shops. The commercial centre or shopping centre, as we would often refer to it. So you're talking about in the area. Now, if my phone rang and my friend said to me, "Where are you, Stuart?" "Oh, I'm at the shops." Yeah, okay, but which shop? I'm in the electronics shop. I'm in the computer shop. And what about I like to stay blank home at weekends? Now, we would use I like to stay at home at weekends, but with the last phrase, I like to stay in my house at weekends. So why are we using a different preposition for home and for house here? Well, let me explain. House is physical. It's a building. It's something you are inside. Okay, whether it's an apartment or a big, large house, you are inside. So I like to stay in my house at weekends. But why at home? Well, home isn't real. What? Home is not real? No. Home is a concept. Wherever you feel comfortable and happy and safe and secure is your home. Now, for some people in the world, their home is the beach, the forest. It's outside, it's not in. So for that reason, because it's a concept that we personally create, and everyone's concept of home is slightly different, of course, because whilst most of us live in apartments or houses, everyone's home is a different place. Therefore, the concept is very slightly different, and it's a mental concept. So we're talking not physical, and therefore we can't use in or on with home, because in is physically inside and on is physically resting on top of. So that's the difference between the in, on and at prepositions with regards to places and locations. So I hope that helps. Look out for more preposition videos. I will do a preposition video with in, on and at connected to time and moments, along with other preposition videos for other prepositions too. So click subscribe and you'll receive notifications of all my new videos when they are released for the first time. Also share with your friends. And if you have any comments that you wish to add in the bottom below in the comments, you can do, or any suggestions that will help you in your journey of learning English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on our next video.